Star at 9:15 after feisty detective Anna Lee finds the pop world's not quite as glam as it looks.
My guest this evening has been described as the voice of music in London. If anyone decides what's in or what's out, or who's in and who's out, it's Martin Mayhew, editor of Street Magazine. Hi, Martin. What have you got for us tonight?
A new release from Rec Records. Hard to believe. It's the best of Don Blake.
Not your favorite, Martin?
In my view, you could fit the best of Don Blake on an old-fashioned single and still have room for someone with talent.
Definitely not your favorite.
Electro-faked vocals, mindless lyrics, and that sort of nanny voice that never really hit it with me. Or let's face it, with anyone.
Now, you laid into her pretty heavily, Martin, and rumour has it that Rec Records boss William Gilmore dropped her because of what you wrote.
Well, I can't take all the credit, but yeah, she's been dropped. It's the best news we've had this year from Rec.
Okay, be that as it may.
You know what it is? It's money.
Oh, yeah, how much?
£1,000, Dom. But this can't go on, you know. I won't let it.
And what can you do about it?
I'm warning you, Dawn.
Just go away! Just leave me alone.
Good night, Mrs. Gale. I said good night, Mrs. Gale.
And there it is. The best and the last of Dawn Blake.
I've got a better sound. That was the sound of dawn breaking.
All right. You've proved your point. My security.
It isn't secure.
What would your company recommend?
Well, video cameras on the external walls, your alarm system should be connected to the police station, and infrared would be better than pressure pads.
And Benson?
Too easily bribed.
Shame about Dawn Blake. Hey, Bernie?
Yeah.
Mr. Schiller.
Yes?
Forgive me, Mr. Schiller, but I feel I ought to remind you of the commander's dress code.
What?
Your clothes look as though they've been slept in.
They have. What of it?
Well, the commander...
Look, for once in your miserable life, will you stop interfering? Dress code, paperclip code, what do you think I am?
I was only...
Interfering. As usual, you were interfering. Well, stop it, Beryl. I've had enough. I'm going out.
What was all that about?
Search me. Here. This just came in from Crowther. He's spending $2 grand on a new alarm system.
Yeah, with 10% going to Briley. Oh, God, Stevie, there are times when I hate this job. I mean, what have I become? A boring, manky rep. If I don't get a client soon,
He's got someone in there now.
Yeah, well, he probably just wants to know if we can do double glazing on our day off.
Miss Lee, I'm glad you're back, both of you. The commander wants you now.
The singer, Dawn Blake. Do you know her?
She killed herself last week. Took a bottle of tranquilizers and ended up in the river.
Rather a convoluted way to go. Not if you knew Dawn, it wasn't. It was exactly her style. Almost too exactly.
Do you have doubts about her death, Mr. Trevor?
Yes, I do. You see, I think I might have got her killed. I didn't know who to go to. I thought about the police, but I haven't slept since Dawn died. I feel so responsible. Dawn was signed up with a record label. They're called Rec. The man in charge of this company is called William Gilmore. He's the one I want you to go after. He's the one I want buried. Gilmore's big news. He's whiter than white. At least that's his public image. Underneath, he's cruel. He's not the sort of man you want to cross. Gilmore was cheating, Dawn. It's common enough in the music industry. They say you've sold 20,000 records when you've actually sold 25,000, and they pocket the difference. But Dawn had proof. Concrete proof. And I was the one who gave it to her. See, I was working for Rec too. I put in their computer system for them. I met Dawn, and we had a relationship. Well, a brief fling, anyway. But we stayed friends. She persuaded me to hack into Gilmore's PC and print up a couple of pages of his accounts. There was a massive difference between what she'd sold and what he said she'd sold. I think it was that printout that led to her death. Dawn's career began to slide, and Gilmore just dropped her.
So what happened?
I was working with Gilmore. It was my final week at Rec. I remember Dawn just stormed in.
You can't do this to me. You can't do this to me. I'm sorry, Mr. Gilmore. You can't just stop me.
Dawn.
What about my contract?
I read your contract, Dawn, and I can and I am.
Let me finish.
You know as well as I do, there is no point in me releasing records that don't sell, Dawn. Your records don't sell. I'm sorry, that's a fact of life.
That's not true.
I'm afraid it is
That
true.
is not true.
Look at the sales figures for the
But you know that's not
last 3
true.
months. You'll see it is true.
It's not.
That was the last time I saw Dawn alive. But when I read she'd killed herself, I knew something was wrong. Things just didn't add up. Even though Gilmore destroyed her career, she had no reason to kill herself.
What are you doing here?
What's the matter, Will? Do I need a press pass to come to a funeral?
You've never had enough, have you? You just don't know where to stop.
I just came to pay my respects.
Why? You never did when she was alive.
I'm not the one who dropped her, Will. Feeling guilty?
With that printout that I got her, Dawn had all the proof against Gilmore that she needed. Then suddenly, she's dead. There's only one answer. I'm convinced Dawn was blackmailing him. I think Gilmore just stopped her once and for all. I want you to prove it.
What exactly did you have in mind, Mr. Trevor?
I want you to put a file together for me. And you might start here.
Graphics Gallery.
It's an invitation to his comic gallery. Well, illustrated comic art, he calls it. Anyway, it's opening tonight, and I can't go, so maybe one of you should.
You realise, Mr. Trevor, that a full investigation will be costly.
I don't care about the money. I have to know what really happened, please, Mr. Briley. They say you're the best. That's why I came to you.
No more alarms, thank God.
Yeah, I thought I'd seen this somewhere. Graphics gallery devoted entirely to the art of comics opens tonight in Villiers Crescent.
Near me.
It is sponsored by charismatic Records boss William Gilmore. Do you think he looks charismatic?
Yeah, but so did Hannibal Lecter. Are you going?
Hey, I was seeing Tanya tonight.
I've got a social life too.
Yeah, but not a love life.
Thanks.
Anyway, you said it was near you.
OK, but next time you're going.
Miss Lee, Beryl, the commander wants me to send in Mr. Schiller for briefing on this new assignment.
Where is Bernie?
I hoped you might be able to tell me.
You're early?
Yeah. Is he in?
No. Richard, go and do your homework. Do you want a cup of tea?
No, it's all right.
It's fresh.
All right.
I'll get you a cup.
When you talk to us, tell us what the trouble is.
We don't know he's in trouble.
Oh, come on, Sue. If he lost his job and never told us. We haven't seen him for a week. Of course he's in trouble.
Do you think he's on drugs?
I don't know, love.
You're the detective.
Yeah.
Rolf. Ooh, that's a bit of a scarf. Thanks for coming.
That's okay. It's all quiet at the station. So, why Chelsea Harbour? Dawn Blake, was it suicide?
Am I that obvious?
If I ask you why you've got any doubts...
I won't be able to tell you, Roz.
I know. All right. If you want the truth, we came this close to an investigation.
Ah, so there were question marks?
Oh, lots of them. According to the pathologist, she swallowed a quarter of a bottle of Valium with a cup of chamomile tea. That's a hell of a lot.
Oh, don't you hate chamomile tea? I mean, why didn't you just knock her out?
Good question. How did Dawn find the strength to leave her flat? And how did she end up in the river over there? And then there's the next thing, no suicide letter.
Oh, is that so unusual?
Unusual? Come on, Anna, have you forgotten all your basic training? Yeah. No suicide letter in a case like this, I wouldn't have brought it.
Well, she could have posted it.
Yeah, the post box just there. But if so, where is it? This was over a week ago.
Or is there anything else?
Yes, one thing. That man, whatever he is. The head of a recording label, William Gilmore.
Yeah?
Well, according to Mrs. Gale, she's the housekeeper, he saw Dawn the night before she died. They'd argued violently and he'd even threatened her. But according to Gilmore, he never even came here. So it must have been someone else.
Well, that doesn't make sense.
Exactly. No one was suggesting he'd killed her, so why lie to us?
Hello?
are you doing here?
The door was open.
And you just walk in?
You must be Mrs. Gale. I was looking for you, actually.
Are you from the police?
No, not exactly.
Oh.
Why, was there something you wanted to tell them?
Many things, yes. Why do they not listen?
I don't know, but I'll listen to you. I'm not from the police. I'm a private detective. And I'm investigating William Gilmore.
I'll make you some tea.
Oh, thank you. Ah, chamomile.
Dawn always liked it.
Mrs. Gale, I don't think that Dawn committed suicide. And I don't think you do either.
No, not at all. It is not possible.
Did you know her very well?
I was her friend. When she had problems, she came to me.
Mrs. Gale, you told the police, and I know they didn't listen to you, but you told them that you had a visitor the night that Dawn died.
Yes, William Gilmore.
Did he come here often?
No, only when he had fired her.
Just leave me alone!
Take it, Dawn.
He used to give her money, a lot of money.
Go away!
That last night they argued. He shouted at her. But he told the police he didn't come here. Why did he do that?
I don't know. I don't think William Gilmore is telling the truth.
And I'll tell you something else. 3 days after she died, he came back looking for something.
Could it have been a letter or an object of some sort?
He took it from here. It was paper.
Mrs. Gale.
Or could it have been a printout from a computer?
I didn't think you were working today.
I couldn't see.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't mention it to anyone, my being here.
Why do the police not listen to me?
Oh, it's a problem I've encountered myself.
I also spoke to Mr. Taplin at the funeral. He was the accountant, Dawn's accountant. I asked him about the money that Mr. Gilmore gave. He said it wasn't my business. There were so many people at the funeral. Many of them I had never seen before. I never knew Dawn had so many friends.
Did Dawn write a lot of letters?
No. I don't know why she took this out. She was always on the phone.
Girl after my own heart.
You look nice. Are you going out?
Yes.
In the car?
Yes. Where do you want to lift to, Selwyn?
King's Cross. The thing is, though, I was wanting to have a word.
Oh, it's not about my rent, is it?
No. Yes, not exactly.
I can't bear it when you can't answer a straight question.
I can.
With a straight answer.
It's a tricky situation, you see. My niece Lucy's coming to stay.
Oh, I didn't know you had a niece.
Proper name's Luciana, but we call her Lucy. She's my sister's girl. My kid sister Daisy ran off with an Italian.
How romantic. What's a palazzo in Rome?
No, a restaurant in Huddersfield. He's a waiter. Anyway, Lucy's a singer, and there's a record company interested in her down here, so she's coming to stay.
Yeah, you said. So, what's so tricky about that?
Well, she's going to need somewhere long-term, like.
Oh, yeah.
Well, my flat's too small, but she's going to need to be close.
Ooh. Are you saying what I think you're saying?
Anna, I thought you'd understand.
You're throwing me out.
No. I'm just saying there's a possibility.
There's a possibility you're throwing me out?
She's flesh and blood, Anna, love. It's a question of priorities. She's 20 years old. You know what London's like. It's the first time down here. I can't leave her out there.
Have you talked to her about this?
No, I'm meeting her tonight. She's on the 8 o'clock train.
Oh, well, you better get a move on then, hadn't you?
Well, it's only 20 minutes by car.
Yeah, but it's longer by bus.
Isn't it amazing?
What
is it?
It's the fossilised 4, an original page from the first edition.
Amazing. Oh, I am incredibly sorry.
No, I'm sorry, it was my fault.
No, it was my fault. Here, look. Is it going to stain your jacket?
I think with this one, it's probably more likely to dissolve it. Well, thank you anyway.
Oh, no, I'm embarrassed.
I'm William Gilmore.
I'm Anna Lee.
I don't recognise your name from the list. Are you one of the journalists?
Yes, I am. I'm freelance. I live just round the corner, so I thought that was all right.
Well, we both agree on the wine anyway. What do you think of the artwork?
What do I think of the artwork? Well, I'm a big fan of the fossilised 4, though personally I've always preferred the famous 5.
Why do I get the sense that you're taking the mickey out of me?
Because I am. It's a bit weird, isn't it? A gallery for comics.
Well, why not? The bande dessinée of the French, the graphic novels of the Americans. Comics are an art form that have, well, grown up.
It's only the people who read them who haven't.
I read them.
Whoops.
Tell me, Miss Lee, if you're so ready to turn your nose up at them, why are you here?
Well...
Tony?
Yes, Mr. Gilmore.
Would you show this young lady to the door, please?
No.
Yes.
This way, madam, please.
Good night, Miss Lee.
Give us your handbag.
What?
I said give us your handbag.
Come off it, shouldn't you be in bed?
Do what you said.
Right, you want it? Take it.
Oh, let's do. I'll take it.
No, it's all right. What are you doing?
Come here, you.
Hey, wait, stop it. Just get out of here, Kevin. What'd you do that for?
Hey, white wine on one arm and claret on the other.
Lucy?
That's right.
I was worried.
Oh, Selwyn. Sorry I'm a bit late. The train was delayed and I've just...
You've grown.
I was 12 the last time you saw me.
I know, yes, but, come on. I'm going to look after you while you're down here. That's it.
That's what I was worried about, Selwyn.
Girl your age in London for the first time.
Selwyn,
That's it.
I'm 20.
I know, but I'd be failing in my duty if I didn't show you around. Taxi!
I'm not here as a tourist, you know.
I know that. But London's not an easy place. It's not like up north, you know. You've got to get into the rhythm.
Rhythm, eh? That's what I call rhythm. Woo.
Get in.
This tastes like cooking brandy.
Yeah, it is. That's why I'm not having any. Does that hurt?
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's just the shirt I'm worried about.
Are you always that violent?
I beg your pardon?
Well, that kid, Kevin, whatever his name is. I thought you were going to kill him.
I was angry.
Are you often angry?
No. Why do you ask?
It's just how you seem. You don't look like someone who likes being taken advantage of.
Do you like people taking advantage of you?
No, I don't.
No one takes advantage of me.
And lives to tell the tale.
Look, what I was apologising about was the way I treated you in the gallery a little bit earlier, and I was a bit on edge about the opening, to tell you the truth.
But maybe I shouldn't have said what I said.
Friends?
Yeah. If you like.
It's a nice place you've got. Is it yours?
Rented. Well, for the time being.
You said you're a writer.
Yes.
It's funny, because I don't see a word processor anywhere.
I use a pen.
Oh.
Look, if you don't mind.
Oh, sure. I hope you don't think this is too forward. Could I take you out for dinner tomorrow night?
Okay. As long as I can ask you some questions.
About what?
You?
Why?
I don't know, I'm just naturally curious. Maybe I'll put you in a book. Just so you're warned.
I'm warned. 7 o'clock sharp.
Martin. It's okay. Let's get an airbrush onto those wrinkles.
Do you want them out?
Nope. Accentuated. Yes.
Is that Martin Mayhew?
Yes, it is.
Listen to me, I have a story for you. It concerns William Gilmore.
Who is this?
Just listen. Gilmore killed Dawn Blake.
Wait.
He's being investigated by a company called Briley Security. They'll get the truth, and then you'll get Gilmore.
How do you know all this?
I'll be in touch.
You've been ballooned.
Are you sure they're for me?
Your name on the card to Anna. Who's where they come from, though?
Oh, I think I know. I don't really want them, actually.
Why?
Don't know. You can give them to Lucy. How is Luciana, by the way?
It's her big night when she signs.
The lease.
The contract. She'd really like to meet you, Anna. I know you'd like her. She's not at all like me.
Oh, I like her more already.
I don't want to talk to you about Dawn. Breaks my heart. She was a lovely girl. Great singer. And she used to answer all my calls. More than most of my clients do.
You handle a lot of singers, Mr. Taplin.
Mark.
Oh, Mark.
Yes. Artists of one sort or another. What do they want to know about tax? You say you're working for somebody called Mike Trevor.
Yes.
Strange. Dawn never mentioned him to me.
The thing is, I'm trying to track down a possible computer error that may have occurred.
What sort of error?
Well, it's to do with royalty statements, which Dawn may have been given.
Right. Well, there were those payments that Dawn received.
Payments?
4 payments over the last couple of months. £1,000 each. Dawn was distinctly cagey about them.
He used to give her money. A lot of money.
Good night, Mrs. Gale. Good night, Mrs. Gale.
They couldn't have come from William Gilmore.
Well, he didn't owe her anything. She had no income at the end, you know. Dawn. She's preparing to sell the home. Everything.
Oh, that's sad. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's the business, love. I've seen it all before, and I'll see it again.
Mr. Taplin, Mark, you wouldn't by any chance have a printout of some of Dawn's royalty statements? I mean, if I could check them against our own printouts, maybe I could trace the error.
Well, if you want. Let's see. This one's from last June. Her income was down a lot on the previous quarter. I'll get you a copy if you like.
Oh, yeah, that would be great.
I'm glad I could help.
So you think Gilmore did it?
Yeah, looks like it. Mind you, there is something I find strange.
Yeah.
Tuesday, Gilmore goes to see Dawn. He drugs her and then he kills her. Wednesday he goes away. Thursday the police interview him and then he goes back to the house.
To find a missing printout.
Yeah, so why didn't he just take it when he killed her? That's what I don't understand.
I suppose he was in too much of a hurry. Anyway, later on it was safer.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what are you doing with yourself, Steve?
You know, the usual stuff. Land registries, company's house. Oh, and Briley wants us to do a dustbin run.
What, you're going to nick Gilmore's dustbins? What for?
It's the client's idea. He reckons we might find a missing printout.
No way, Gilmore's much too intelligent for that.
Try telling Briley that.
Yeah.
Anyway, me and Bernie have got a job, if he ever shows up. When are you seeing Gilmore again?
Tonight.
Oh, great. You can keep him busy. Know what I mean?
Yeah, get lost.
Down, 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 down.
Oh, is this your idea of a date?
We're going to go to a club a bit later on. There's a singer I'm interested in. I'm thinking of signing. I thought it'd be fun. This all in a good cause.
What, scaring yourself to death?
Well, it's for charity. Midlife.
What's that?
Well, the mid stands for, get this, musicians in distress.
bargain considering the number.
See, I'm not such a bad person after all. You got me all wrong. You've only seen my worst side.
You mean your dangerous side?
You don't honestly think I'm dangerous.
Yeah, I do, when you're angry.
I'm not angry.
Well, that's a relief. So, did you organise this?
No. But I've been sponsored to jump.
Really? What for?
£800 if I don't chicken out.
And if you do?
Then it gets more expensive, especially for me.
That's it, Mr. Gilmore.
Thank you. What do you think?
Marvellous. Shall I wait for you down here, then?
Well, actually, I was rather hoping you'd come up with me
What, you want me to hold your hand?
and give me a push.
Ah, now that's an offer I find hard to resist.
Right, we'll get these on then.
There was a singer I used to really like. She was on your label.
Who's that?
Dawn Blake.
Yes, that was all rather unfortunate.
Yeah, you dropped her, didn't you?
Well, that's the ugly side of this business. But Anna, we stayed friends.
Do you really think she killed herself?
What do you mean?
Well, you know, I'm a journalist. I know how often newspapers get things wrong.
Not this time. She took a lot of pills. She drowned. Why are you asking all these questions today? What do you mean?
Okay, we're there. Which one of you wants to go first?
I thought perhaps we go together.
Yeah, haha.
Come on.
Forget it. You're the one who's being sponsored. I'm just here for the ride.
No, you've been sponsored as well.
Since when?
Since about 3 minutes ago when I filled out a sponsorship form. Come on. You're not scared, are you?
No, 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 no.
Yes.
Why are you doing this to me, Will?
Anna? Anna. I want to see what you look like when you're terrified. This is just the place we hired for promotional things. Do you feel like one leg's longer than the other? Look, if you don't feel like this...
No,
you know, we can...
no. I could do with a drink, though.
Well, I've booked us at a table. Hello, Doug.
Good evening, Mr. Gilmore.
Hi. Has Lucy been on yet?
She's on in a moment.
Oh, marvellous.
Lucy. Luciana Lucy.
And now introducing a star of tomorrow. A big welcome for Luciana.
She's rather good.
Cheers.
You doing okay? So, what do you think?
Well, I don't know. I think she's, great.
Yeah?
Hmm.
Well, I've asked the waiter to invite her over for a drink.
Oh,
Looks like she's brought a manager as well.
That's not her manager.
Hello, Mr. Gilmore.
Hi, Lucy.
What are you doing here?
You know each other?
I'll say I'm her landlord. So impressed, Mr. Gilmore. I'm Lucy's, well, I've been advising her, sort of. Are you going to sign her up?
Well, let's just say that I'd be more than happy to lay down a demo. I wonder if you could call me direct on this number.
Yeah, so that's it. We ought to celebrate.
Yeah, please, help yourself.
Mr. Gilmore, there's a telephone call for you.
Just excuse me for a moment.
Selwyn, whatever you do, don't mention Briley's, okay?
You're incognito.
Yeah, I'm a writer.
Don't tell me. Detective stories.
So you're Annalie?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you too.
Look, I want you to know I'm not the one who wants me to move into your flat.
I believe you.
It's me mum. She's adamant I move in with Selwyn. She's got this idea that it'll set me a good example and I'll be safer with him.
Ah.
I think he put the idea in her head.
Not guilty.
But I won't let him chuck you out.
Well, listen. Sign up with Rec and you'll have a penthouse before you know it.
Anna, you must be starving. Let's go and eat.
You're not staying?
No, to tell the truth, there's someone I'm trying to avoid. Oh, don't say that.
Leaving early, Will?
That's right. I heard you were coming.
You take things too personally, Will. That's your trouble. I enjoyed the funeral, by the way. Poor Dawn.
Yes. Poor Dawn.
On the subject of which, I've just heard your new group. What are they called? Treadmill? They're not up to much either. Hope a mass suicide isn't in the offing.
Good night.
Keep in touch.
First you, then him. Seems everybody's getting on my back today.
Who was he?
Do you ever read Street Magazine?
Yeah, sometimes. It's a bit vitriolic for me.
That's no surprise. That gentleman we just met's the editor, Martin Mayhew. He's the nearest thing we've got to like one of those Broadway theatre critics who can shut down shows with one bad review. Only difference is, Mayhew shuts down careers.
Well, he didn't seem to like you.
No, he doesn't like anyone. That's his style. He belongs to the polemic school of journalism. You know, the nastier you are, the more readers you get.
Has he hurt you?
Well, he did once. Look, I don't really feel like going out for dinner tonight. Do you want to come back to my place? We're very close.
Mozart.
The Requiem. They say he wrote it for his own death.
Yeah, I saw Amadeus as well.
It's my favourite piece of music. That's why I named my company after it.
Rec. We. Right?
I love the Requiems. Verdi, Fauré, Mozart.
I'd have thought you prefer pop.
Pop music. Now, pop music's work. This is pleasure. And it's a pleasure to have someone to share it with.
So, where were these taken?
Somalia.
What are you doing in this one? You look like you're outside a hospital or something.
I built it. Or rather, Rec Records did.
Or was that part of Band-Aid?
No, I was never anything to do with Band-Aid. Not that they didn't do some fantastic work. It's just that, well, I've never really believed in making a virtue out of a virtue. I think charity's best kept quiet.
You built a whole hospital?
3, in fact. There's Somalia, another one in Ethiopia, and we're just finishing off one in Nepal.
I think that's wonderful.
Well, I make a lot of money, Anna. I can't spend it all on cocaine, can I?
I wish Briley would do his own dirty work.
Dawn Blake. I think what you really wanted to ask was, did I kill her?
Oh, no, wait a minute.
I dropped her, yes. She found that very difficult to cope with. And she killed herself. So in a sense, I'm responsible, but
You have to believe, Anna, that I was trying to help her till the end.
Why are you telling me this?
Because I don't want you to hate me. Come on.
This way. That way. That way. This way. This way.
I think they're over there.
No, I definitely saw them run in that direction.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, look, you go that way, I'll go that way.
It's me. Bloody idiot.
Anna? Can you see anything?
No! Where's Stevie?
He went that way.
No, that's the way Gilmore's gone. Look, you better get out of here.
Anna! What happened?
Oh, I'm sorry, they must have got away.
Well, look, we better get back. Turn the alarm off.
Yeah, right.
Why do you think they're after the contents of my dustbins?
I don't know. Burglars must be pretty desperate around here.
Yeah. Come on, let's go.